Thank you, Islam. Friend. Thank you for making me look stupid. All right, guys. So, we got a real treat yesterday. Dana White, generally, that's a very loose generally, by the way, but it's more common than not that Dana White will make announcements when there's a press conference. So even if there's news and there's some scuttlebutt going around, you kind of wait, you kind of brew on it. Part of the design, keep that going, keep the speculation going, and then when there's a press conference, ask him anything you want, and he will answer it. But he came out yesterday, he made a video right in his office. Made a video, put it out. No questions, no press conference, boom, everything you need to know. And it kind of rocked the community, quite frankly. It was one of the more information-packed videos that I have ever seen him do. So, had to do with Abu Dhabi. October card, way down the road, right? We've been talking about this card, guys, for 4 months. Largely because we were told that's where Islam will come back, that's where Chimaev will come back. 2 stars who we want to see. Here's your answer, October Abu Dhabi. But it still started speculation. I mean, there's no other card we've talked about for 4 months that, oh, by the way, still has a number of months to come up. Okay, great, but Dan cleared some things up, and one of the things he cleared up is in the main event, we're going to have Islam versus Charles. Now, I made a deal with Gabriel Checo that I will change the way I speak about Charles moving forward. And this was the night that Charles beat Benny. And I sure mean to be respectful, and I sure mean to honor my deal with Gabriel. I don't know that I can tell the story in any other way than to tell you Charles has made it very clear to me he doesn't want to fight Islam. 3 different ways. One of them, his official Twitter account, where he became the #1 contender, and after that, when the shot was secured, the date was secured, he called out Conor McGregor. Another one is an interview that he did on the morning of the last pay-per-view. That last week or the week before, the way time goes. And he says he's not going to fight Islam in October. He said, I will fight him. I just need more time. I think he had like an injury or something he was dealing with. And he only needed it. He said, I'll fight him in November. I'll fight him in December. I'll fight him anytime but October. And it was a peculiar statement because the date of the card in Abu Dhabi is at the end of October. Off the top of my head, it's the 22nd. It might be the 28th, but you get my point. I won't fight him in October, but I will fight him in November. If you look at a calendar, all of a sudden we're talking about a week. And we're talking about that week months in advance. So a guy like me sitting in a position, I'm just observing this, getting my daily fix of MMA news. I'm going, how would you know? How would you know now that you're not going to feel good then? But you will feel good 1 week after. I mean, it was just one of these situations, right? You've always got a language barrier. You've always got these certain things. But Islam, the day before Dana makes this announcement, called out Leon. And I'm wondering why. I'm just wondering why. Because that was calculated, even if I don't know. I even in hindsight, I don't know why he did that. That was calculated. There is nothing that happens over there that Ali is not a part of. And Ali just might be a genius. Truly. He understands this game in ways that other people don't. And so Islam called him out. He did that for a reason. He was trying to get something. He was trying to leverage or bother Charles in some way. Or he was trying to bother Volkanovski, possibly, by going in a direction that wasn't him. I don't know. I'm left to guess. But I do wonder why, because when Islam did that, that was the final nail in the coffin of me coming to you confidently to only be able to tell you one thing, which is the Charles match isn't going to happen in October. And as I look at that, I still wonder, why was it so important to get Charles? To remind you, when Islam and Charles did fight, it was in Abu Dhabi. So the same crowd is going to get what they've already seen. That match, I'm not looking to be a jerk, right? I promise Gabriel Charles is wonderful. He's just wonderful. That match was not competitive in any fashion. Not with the hands, not with the feet, not with the knees, not with the elbows, not with the double legs, not with the guillotines. I mean, there was nothing about that match that was competitive. But it looks like a good level of work was put in to preserve that match. We got Volkanovski straight up called, I'll do it. I'm straight up, I'll do it. I have my own opinion that Michael Chandler's the guy you put in. And I had a little bit of pushback on that when I first said it, having to do with most recent records and current ranking. A little bit of pushback. But an hour after I said that and got pushed back on, Sean Strickland was given a title fight, which proved my point. And why is it, Charles? Why was that so important? I have noticed that I'm not sure there was anyone else. Why I tell you that I think Chandler should have done it. He's got his hands full. He's got the TV show going. He's got the thing with Conor. Just by example, this wasn't a match that he spoke about or wanted. Volkanovski did step up and deserves full credit because that's real. He wasn't just barking. He would have done it. But a deal was struck that we were told that Volk needs to win his next match, which has now happened, and he did win. And Islam needs to win his next match before that rematch would happen. Now, I know opportunity and things like this present themselves, but okay, let's just eliminate Volk because we're going to stick to the plan that we've had from the beginning. I just don't know who else was there. I think that Benny had a wonderful argument that he could have made as it has to do with an industry standard known as survivor's clause. Even though he lost, if Charles can't go on, we have a standard in this industry, and Vinny could have invoked it. If he would have invoked it, it would have made him the only 155-pounder on earth that was calling out Islam. I mean, it would have been a very compelling thing. And I got pushback when I brought that up. But again, if you see the announcement for Sean Strickland, it proves my point. So it's just one of those things where I don't know that that's a mega, I don't know that that's a box office hit. I don't know that but I don't know that that's what this was about. Charles is the number one contender. That's true. He earned it. That's true. He did say my next fight will be with Islam. I am going to fight Islam. He just said, you know, I need a different date. And so it's kind of one of these spots that if you're not going to go to him, who are you going to go with? Nobody else raised their hand. And we've got clarity. I admit I was wrong. That fight is going to happen. I think that's very good news. I do think that match is going to be more competitive. On the other side of the coin of that statement, I don't know that there's a way that it could be less competitive than the first one.